Hey guys, tonight we leave the noise of the modern world behind and step onto a quiet American farm in the early 1950s. The first light of dawn is just beginning to peek over the rolling hills, painting the sky with soft shades of gold, pink, and pale blue. A cool breeze carries the fresh scent of cut hay, damp earth, and blooming wildflowers. Somewhere in the distance, a rooster announces the start of a brand new day, while a gentle cowbell rings softly across the fields. You probably won't survive this without feeling wonderfully sleepy before our peaceful journey comes to an end. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while you're here, let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what your local time is right now. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You walk slowly along a narrow dirt path, leading toward a beautiful white farmhouse with a red wooden barn standing proudly beside it. The grass is still covered in tiny drops of morning dew that sparkle like diamonds in the rising sun. Tall maple trees sway gently in the breeze, their leaves whispering softly above your head. A friendly golden retriever trots happily across the yard before stopping to greet you with a wagging tail. Nearby, a few curious chickens wander through the grass, pecking at seeds while fluffy chicks hurry behind their mother. The peaceful sounds of farm life seem perfectly balanced, never too loud, never too quiet. From the open kitchen window comes the comforting smell of freshly baked bread, sizzling bacon, warm biscuits, and hot coffee. Inside the farmhouse, the family has already begun preparing breakfast before the day's work begins. You quietly step inside. The wooden floors creak gently beneath your feet, and the dining table is already set with homemade jam, butter, fresh eggs, milk collected only moments ago, and warm bread still steaming from the oven. Sunlight streams through lace curtains, filling the room with a soft golden glow. After breakfast, everyone heads outside together. The farmer starts an old red tractor that rumbles gently to life before slowly rolling toward the wide cornfields. His children laugh as they run across the open yard, while their faithful dog follows close behind. You choose to walk instead, taking your time as you wander through endless rows of corn stretching toward the distant hills. A light breeze moves through the tall green stalks, creating gentle waves that ripple across the fields like the surface of a quiet lake. Nearby, a wooden fence surrounds a peaceful pasture where several horses graze calmly beneath the morning sun. A pair of calves playfully chase one another, while their mothers continue eating fresh grass without the slightest concern. The farmer pauses beside an old oak tree to wipe his brow and admire the land that has been cared for by his family for generations. Life here is simple, but every day follows a comforting rhythm shaped by the seasons, hard work, and quiet gratitude. You continue your peaceful walk, listening to birds singing from telephone wires, the distant hum of bees among the wildflowers, and the soft turning of the windmill beside the barn. With every slow step, the worries of the modern world seem to drift farther away, replaced by the calm beauty of an ordinary morning on an American farm in the 1950s. The morning sun climbs a little higher into the clear blue sky, spreading a warm golden light across the entire farm. The cool air slowly gives way to a comfortable warmth, while a gentle breeze continues to move through the fields of corn and wheat. You leave the farmhouse behind and make your way toward the large red barn, where another peaceful part of the day is about to begin. As the heavy wooden doors swing open, you are greeted by the comforting scent of fresh hay, clean straw, and aged pine boards. Sunlight slips through small gaps in the walls, creating bright beams that stretch across the barn floor. Tiny dust particles float lazily in the light, giving the whole place a calm, dreamlike feeling. Several dairy cows stand quietly in their stalls, patiently waiting to be milked. The farmer moves from one cow to the next with practiced hands, working slowly and carefully. The only sounds are the gentle clinking of metal milk pails, the quiet chewing of hay, and the soft mooing that echoes through the barn. Outside, the horses enjoy the cool morning in a wide green pasture. One chestnut horse trots gracefully across the field, while another drinks peacefully from a wooden trough filled with fresh water. A curious foal follows its mother wherever she goes, stopping every few moments to explore the world around it. Not far away, the chicken coop is already full of activity. Hens scratch gently through the soil searching for seeds, while a proud rooster watches over the flock from the top of a wooden fence. Every so often, a hen proudly announces that she has laid another egg, adding another cheerful sound to the peaceful countryside. You continue walking toward a small apple orchard beside the farmhouse. Rows of healthy trees stretch across the gentle hillside, their branches heavy with crisp green and red apples. A light breeze carries the sweet fragrance of fruit through the air, while bees quietly move from blossom to blossom. The farmer's children carefully place ripe apples into woven baskets. Every now and then they pause to laugh together before returning to their work. There are no phones ringing, no traffic, and no hurry. The day moves at the peaceful pace of nature itself. Nearby, a vegetable garden flourishes beneath the morning sun. Tomatoes, carrots, beans, pumpkins, lettuce, and sweet corn grow neatly in long rows. The family waters each plant by hand, knowing that every small task helps provide food for the coming seasons. As noon approaches, the church bell from a nearby town rings softly across the countryside. Its gentle sound drifts over the hills, through the fields, and across the quiet farm. Birds briefly pause before continuing their cheerful songs. The family gathers beneath the shade of a large oak tree for lunch. A simple picnic is spread across a checkered blanket with fresh sandwiches, homemade lemonade, slices of apple pie, and cool milk from the morning's milking. The breeze keeps everyone comfortable as they enjoy a peaceful meal together. You sit quietly beneath the tree, looking across the endless green fields stretching toward the distant horizon. The old red barn, the white farmhouse, the grazing animals, and the slow-moving clouds create a picture of simple happiness that feels untouched by time. For a little while, you simply listen. The wind whispers through the corn. The birds sing from the trees. The horses graze peacefully. And somewhere far away, another tractor hums gently across the rolling American countryside, carrying on the timeless rhythm of farm life. The afternoon arrives gently, bringing a peaceful warmth that settles across the countryside. The bright blue sky is dotted with slow-moving white clouds, and the golden fields seem to shimmer softly beneath the summer sun. The farm continues its quiet rhythm, never hurried, never rushed, as if every moment has all the time it needs. You leave the shade of the old oak tree, and follow a narrow dirt road that winds between endless fields of corn, wheat, and wildflowers. Butterflies drift lazily from blossom to blossom, while dragonflies glide above a small stream flowing beside the road. The cool water sparkles in the sunlight, and every now and then a fish creates tiny ripples before disappearing beneath the surface again. Farther ahead, the old red tractor moves steadily through the wheat field. The farmer tips his hat with a friendly smile as he passes. There is no loud machinery racing across the land, only the steady hum of the engine and the soft rustle of grain swaying in the breeze. The work is slow, careful, and done with pride. You continue toward a peaceful wooden bridge crossing the narrow creek. Wild ducks float quietly downstream while frogs rest among the reeds along the water's edge. Tall willow trees bend gently over the creek, their long branches almost touching the surface of the water. It is the kind of place where you could sit for hours, listening to nothing but bird song and flowing water. On the other side of the bridge, you discover a small fishing pond hidden behind a row of maple trees. The farmer's grandfather sits patiently on a weathered wooden dock with a simple fishing rod resting in his hands. He smiles warmly but says very little. Every now and then he watches the ripples spread across the pond, perfectly content with the peaceful silence. Nearby, a few children skip smooth stones across the water, laughing quietly whenever one bounces farther than expected. Their joyful voices drift softly through the trees before fading once again into the calm afternoon air. As the day moves on, the family begins gathering fresh vegetables from the garden. Bright red tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, sweet corn, green beans, and carrots fill large woven baskets. Everything has been grown with care, watered by hand, and harvested at just the right time. The simple beauty of the garden reflects the patient work that has shaped the farm for generations. You wander toward a small wooden porch attached to the farmhouse. A white rocking chair moves gently in the breeze, even though no one is sitting in it. Beside the chair rests a pair of well-worn boots, a straw hat, and a faithful old dog sleeping peacefully in the shade. The porch offers a perfect view of the rolling fields stretching toward the distant hills. The afternoon slowly begins to soften as the sunlight turns warmer and more golden. Long shadows stretch across the grass, and the air becomes pleasantly cooler. Birds return to the trees while cows make their slow walk back toward the barn for the evening. You pause for a moment and look across the quiet landscape. The white farmhouse glows beneath the gentle sunlight. The red barn stands proudly against the endless blue sky. The windmill turns slowly in the breeze. And the peaceful American farm continues exactly as it has for countless summers, offering a life filled with simple routines, quiet beauty, and moments of calm that are easy to carry with you long after the day is done. The sun begins its slow journey toward the horizon, and the entire countryside is bathed in a soft golden light. The fields glow like waves of amber, while the long shadows of the old oak trees stretch peacefully across the grass. A cool evening breeze replaces the warmth of the afternoon, carrying the sweet scent of fresh hay, wildflowers, and the earth after a long summer day. You make your way back toward the farmhouse as the day's work comes to an end. The farmer parks the old red tractor beside the barn and gently pats its worn metal hood before switching off the engine. For the first time since sunrise, complete silence settles over the fields. The dairy cows slowly return from the pasture, following one another through the wooden gate without needing anyone to guide them. Their bells create a soft, comforting melody that drifts through the evening air. Horses quietly enter their stable, where fresh hay and cool water are already waiting. Inside the chicken coop, hens hop onto their wooden perches for the night while the proud rooster finds his favorite spot near the highest beam. Outside, a family of rabbits disappears into the tall grass as the last rays of sunlight touch the hills. You step onto the wide wooden porch of the white farmhouse. A gentle breeze rocks the porch swing back and forth, inviting you to sit for a while. From here, you can see nearly the entire farm. Endless cornfields sway gently like a green ocean, while the red barn glows warmly beneath the setting sun. Inside the kitchen, dinner is nearly ready. The comforting aroma of roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, fresh vegetables, homemade bread, and warm apple pie fills the house. The family gathers around the large wooden table, sharing stories about the day's work while soft laughter drifts through the open windows. As evening deepens, the sky transforms into beautiful shades of orange, pink, and purple. One by one, stars begin appearing above the peaceful countryside. Fireflies dance across the fields like tiny floating lanterns, blinking softly among the tall grass. After dinner, everyone returns to the porch with steaming mugs of tea and fresh lemonade. No one seems to be in a hurry. The children quietly watch the fireflies while the adults admire the peaceful sunset. Somewhere far away, a train whistle echoes across the valley before fading into the distance. You lean back in the wooden porch swing and simply breathe. The crickets begin their gentle evening chorus. Tree frogs sing from the nearby pond. Leaves whisper softly in the cool breeze. The old windmill turns slowly beneath the first stars. Above you, the Milky Way slowly appears, stretching across the clear American sky. With almost no city lights nearby, thousands of stars shine brightly overhead. It feels as though the entire universe has gathered above this quiet little farm. The farmhouse windows glow warmly behind you, the barn rests peacefully beneath the moonlight, and the animals sleep quietly after another simple day. There is nothing urgent, nothing loud, and nothing demanding your attention. Only the gentle rhythm of country life remains. As you continue sitting on the porch, watching the stars appear one after another, you realize that this peaceful farm has a special kind of magic. It reminds you that happiness can often be found in ordinary moments. Shared meals, honest work, fresh air, kind neighbors, and the quiet beauty of a summer evening in rural America. Tomorrow the sun will rise again, and another peaceful day on the farm will begin, just as it always has.